Nice.
Thanks. He's gonna need this.
I see you're dealing with things in a healthy fashion. Is there a bar you haven't gotten into a fight in?
You just can't take no for an answer, can you?
Good to see you too.
Don't start with me, Mike. You shouldn't even be here.
That went well. Hey, détente, okay? You start over?
Why are you here?
Well, you just kind of disappeared after your father's service. Excuse me for being a little worried about you.
Really? Worried about me? And why? My dad's beach house. He's really gone.
I miss him too, Sarah. It's okay to let go. But this isn't gonna help anything.
Don't tell me what to do.
Sarah.
Please, Mike. I don't want to be alone tonight.
How are we doing with the chip?
Relax. We're almost there.
Mr. Torres, you cannot do this. Dr. Graiman would never approve.
Graiman's not here anymore, kid.
If you remove my chip, there is no guarantee I can be reactivated.
Floyd.
Please, Mr. Torres. Please, Mr. Torres.
Sir?
There it is. All of Kid's personality, his memories, the most advanced artificial intelligence program in the world. With that and KARR, it might well be the future.
Yes, it might.
Get it out of here.
Come on, Mike, pick up. Where the hell are you?
Hello and welcome to Beyond the Night, brought to you by the GCRN. I'm one of your hosts, TFG and Mike, and joining me is Dion the Music Man. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. So, at the last moment, as I was going through the episodes that we're going to cover today, and then in 2 weeks from today, I made a major decision with the podcast. It originally was going to be 55 episodes. I'm going to actually condense all of those into one major finale in episode 50 where we talk about everything. The music, the merchandise, the kit customs that everybody does, and just have one giant finale in episode 50. This episode 50 will air on September 26th, 2014, which is our X number of, I think, 2 or 3 year anniversary. Episode 47.
What, a couple years, I think?
Oh, yeah. Episode 47, which is what you're hearing now, will come out April 7th, and then episode 48 will be out the 21st. Episode 49 will be out May 5th, and then we're going to take a few months off. Actually, we're going to take about 6 months off or so until September when we release episode 50. Because I've got other plans coming up over the summer with other podcasts that I'm doing and that I'm working on that I'm trying to get off the ground and everything else and all that stuff. So, but
Dude,
yeah,
take a break after this. I'm serious.
Are you kidding me?
No, I am not. No, I am. No. Listen to me. I am literally not kidding. I am telling you, take a break, because, dude, I've seen you on Twitter where you are just so like out of energy, and you sit there and record for like 4 hours straight, and then you're done. You want to go to bed.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's almost the middle of the day.
Hey, you know. All right, so we are going to be talking about 3 more episodes from Knight Rider 2008. These might be the 3 most important episodes so far in the series. We'll be back after this.
Michael, we will be arriving at the exchange point in 1 minute.
Do we have anything?
No heat signatures. Nothing on the infrared or penetrating radar either.
You think they're blowing us off?
Not if they want their money.
I guess if you're smart enough to kidnap a UN ambassador from a heavily guarded compound, you're smart enough to stick around for your ransom.
All that matters is we get her back in time for the peace negotiations, with a minimum of public exposure.
I don't know why anyone would want to grab her in the first place.
Well, Lara Kumali is the first diplomat in 5 years to get her government and the rebels to sit down and talk. She's the best hope to end a civil war in Central Africa. Not everyone wants peace.
Don't worry, guys. Kit and I aren't leaving here without her.
First up today is Don't Stop the Night. Mike tries to save a kidnapped foreign ambassador, guest star Vanessa A. Williams, from a terrorist who sends Mike on a series of missions to acquire parts for an aphanium nuclear bomb. Meanwhile, Dr. Graiman tries to fix a temperamental robot named Hank. Agent Rivai eventually tracks down the terrorist's hideout, but is caught in an explosion when a time bomb goes off. Dun dun dun. Oh boy.
This is action packed. I actually have to
Oh,
say
yeah.
that this is very action packed.
Oh yeah.
If you like action packed episodes, this is the episode for you.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of
Oh,
fact,
yeah.
this is in what is it? What was this in 2 parts? I think.
Yep. Yep. This is part 1.
Yeah. But if you like this is action packed. It's very well done. Keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Oh yeah.
Very excellent plot.
Well, most definitely. Most definitely.
But, okay, now, Mike, I have to ask you this. You know how, and I'm using this as a reference. You know how Team Knight Rider had so many loopholes you could see through it like Swiss cheese?
Yes.
This particular show, you know, the 2008 series.
Uh-huh.
After rewatching all of these now, because at first I was like, okay, yeah, whatever, you know. But after rewatching these, I actually have to say that this show kicks ass, and it a lot of times will nod to the original series from 82 to 86, and things like that. So, and they also take some different turns from the original series, but they still keep the flag name in it, and that's what I like.
Yeah. See. My only problem, it's been my problem with the entire franchise.
Oh, dear Lord.
They don't pick proper episodes to close off seasons or series. They just don't. These, like, okay.
This one couldn't, though.
Well, see here, well, right, but it's the way NBC did it. It's the way that the stuff happened. But what I'm saying is, though, if you look at Don't Stop the Night, Day Turns into Night, and Night to King's Pawn, and then you take Exit Light, Enter Night, Fight Night, Fly By Night, Night in the City, and I Love the Nightlife. You could almost, for those 5 episodes that I just listed, Exit, Flight, Fly, Night in the City, and I Love the Nightlife, those 5 episodes.
Those would be excellent season closers.
No, hell no. You could have taken those 5 episodes and put them before these 3 episodes. The reason why I say this is because you'd reverse the order. Basically take from Exit to I Love the Nightlife, and then have Day Turns into Night, Night to King's Pawn, and the other one.
Right.
So here's the thing. If you took these 5 episodes and put them before the 3 that we're talking about today, you could have explained that maybe Agent Rivai's off somewhere. Agent Rivai and Torres are each off on their own thing. Dr. Graiman's off designing something. For 5 episodes, you could have said that because, I mean, hell, how many times in Knight Rider 82 history had they explained when Devon was not right there? There are so many times.
There were several episodes.
I'm sure they could have come up with 5 excuses for Rivai, Torres, and Graiman. Now, if you put Don't Stop the Night, Day Turns into Night, and Night to King's Pawn as the final 3 series episodes, since they didn't know at the time whether they were going to get picked up or not, and they didn't,
right? Because
NBC canceled it, and NBC actually cut the order back. It was originally going to be 22. They cut it back to 17. So, they could have done well with 22.
Yeah,
they could have. But my theory here is because of the events of Night to King's Pawn. Again, I reference Scent of Roses. Night to King's Pawn was the death of Charles Graiman, and we'll talk about this later in this podcast.
Right.
The death of Charles Graiman, Sarah took it over, and they left it off as kind of like they're going to take charge and do adventures and whatnot and dare and do after that. So that's why I still say these 3 episodes could be the last 3 of this series versus the final 5 that we got.
But why would you compare that to Scent of Roses when...
Night to King's Pawn and Scent of Roses is the 2 that I compare to each other because of how...
Just the way they ended? The way they ended, basically?
The way they ended, but the way everyone was scattered after something major happened.
Yeah.
After Stevie died, Michael was out for blood, then he wanted to leave the Foundation and everything else, and he went to the beach for X number of days or whatever else, and then he finally said, nope, we're going back. So... I'll get to that comparison when we get to that episode later. But Day Turns into Night. This was absolutely amazing. I love the guy that plays the villain in this. He's a really, really awesome actor. Absolutely awesome. And sadly...
Very straightforward and to the point in this, but that's the way it was supposed to be done.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely love the plot. There was no plot holes whatsoever. It kept you on your toes, like you said. It was pretty much action packed. I couldn't find anything wrong with Don't Stop the Night. It was absolutely awesome.
I couldn't either. I really couldn't find. I know we're gonna get the scanners on and scanners off.
Yeah.
For the scanners off segment, I really didn't have anything. I had absolutely nothing to write down.
No, not really. Not me either. So let's get to the scanners.
Hello?
Man, I thought you were going to chase that thing all day.
Who is this?
Wrong question.
Where's Ambassador Kamali?
Ding. Better. And by ambassador, you must mean Alara, right? Take a peek at the phone.
Ambassador.
Who are you?
Ambassador, my name is Mike, and I'm coming to get you out of there.
Okay, please stop that crap. That's enough, Mike, all right? Now, here's the deal. I'm going to give you an attractive, very influential ambassador, but first you gotta, do a little something for me.
The money wasn't enough?
Hell no. No, the money was just part of the equation. Now, because you made good on the delivery, Alara is alive. If you keep playing ball, she stays that way. If you don't, then she's dead. Do you have a deal?
Deal.
Great. Now hang on to that phone and get away from the truck because I gotta, do that little crazy destroy the evidence kind of thing.
Excuse me?
Run. Yeah.
Michael, are you all right?
Please tell me you traced that call.
I could not. The caller rerouted his cell signal through more junctions and hubs than I could trace in time. Accordingly, I must agree with your earlier assessment. Backup plans suck.
All right, getting to the scanners. Prison Break! That turbo boost was awesome, but it seems like it's the first turbo boost that I've seen in a while in this series. They're not using turbo a lot. They use attack mode for speed and everything else, but
would you say attack mode is kind of the updated super pursuit mode in a way?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
But I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe I should go back and watch all 17 episodes plus the film again to actually count out how many times they actually use turbo boost, because it doesn't seem like they've used it a lot at all.
No, they haven't. No.
Kind of sucks. I thought it was an intriguing episode. Mystery surrounds the entire thing. And then, damn, he got tased.
Oh yeah!
Ouch, that had to hurt.
Whee! Oh my god.
I knew Mike wasn't in the car at the time, though. The time that the kit was that the guy was saying that the villain was saying, "Okay, Mike, come on, get out of the car."
I said, "Hang on, pal."
Yeah, I knew Mike
just kick ass.
Yeah, I knew Mike wasn't in the car.
Yeah.
Deal or no deal? Okay, just that line alone dates this show already. Then you already mentioned the hang on, pal. Damn it, I remember when this episode aired and the explosive to be continued, I was so mad.
I was hoping that they would like they did the film, like do like one long hour or maybe 2 hour episode type thing with this.
Yeah.
I know we're going to talk about this, the second part, but I was hoping that they would have done like a 2 hour or however long it would have been episode to kind of just put it all together. But in a way, and I'm not mad at them for doing this. I see why they did it. They did it this way. Yeah. But it's still a good episode nonetheless.
No, it's a great episode. It's just one of those things where, like, in the moment, I was like, "Oh, you mean I gotta wait a whole another week until I can see the conclusion to this awesome episode?"
I was so pissed. I was so mad. I was like, ah.
Yeah, absolutely. The action is so well done. The characterization between the villain and the chemistry between him and the SSC and all that was great. It's a really, really fun part one of a two-parter. Absolutely.
It is.
So, all right. I don't have anything for Scanners Off for this one.
I don't either. No.
So we're going to move on to part 2 after this.
Would you like me to drive?
Sorry, kid. You program with too many safety protocols. You slow down to avoid a pedestrian and that bomb will blow. But go to attack mode. And can you give me lights and sirens?
Will this suffice?
Kid, this is awesome.
A good idea, but I'm afraid the bottleneck ahead is the result of a construction zone merge to a single lane.
Cars have nowhere to go.
And neither will we.
All right, up next is the part 2 of Don't Stop the Night. It is entitled Day Turns Into Night. While Rivai clings to life, Mike and Kit transport terrorist nuclear bomb to keep it from detonating. They must maintain a speed of over 100 miles per hour. The bomb is transferred without stopping to a C-130 transport plane and harmlessly detonated at high altitude. Afterward, Mike learns of a second bomb located at a chemical plant in Phoenix, Arizona, and he and Sarah rush to intercept it. At the end, Sarah learns her father was killed when the damaged C-130 explodes during an emergency landing. Note, this was the last appearance of Dr. Graiman, played by Bruce Davison, and Agent Rivai, played by Sidney Tamala-Poitier. This was kind of sad, because even though this is
this reminds me a little bit of Brothers Keeper, in a sense.
Why?
The bomb, the Minotaur bomb.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Minotaur bomb. It's different. It's a different plot on both of them.
Yeah.
It's a different plot on both, but it's the Minotaur bomb because the Brothers Keeper, you know, he has a twin brother, and the brother is basically pissed, and he knows about this bomb, blah 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 blah. So you know, this is but you fast forward to 2008, and this is different. So
yeah, this is another reason why I said that these two episodes, along with the final episode we'll talk about here in a little while, is the perfect 3 final episodes for the series. Because you have it set up with all the continuity with Alex, with Rivai, with Graiman, and everything else. And then this was the episode where they, Graiman dies. Rivai is
she's injured on the job, pretty much.
She's injured on the job. Her dad doesn't want her doing the job anymore, etc., etc., etc. And then we'll get into.
Well, her dad was pissed that she was doing this.
Yeah.
And Zoe, as smart alecky as she can get, I actually did like the fact that she was trying to show some compassion.
Oh yeah.
And was saying, look, I know that this is your daughter, but this is the job she chose.
Mm-hmm.
And the father. I wonder who played the father. Actually.
I've seen him before
because I've heard his voice in other things.
But I've seen him before, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, but he those two had not necessarily a bantering, but just kind of, this is my daughter. How can you stand there and say that? And it was kind of a touching moment. I mean, she could write, she just couldn't speak.
Yeah. I'm actually looking up. I don't think it's going to show it. What else did you think of the plot on the second part here?
The second part, I was very saddened to see Rivai get hurt on the job, because they kind of could do, she could do things maybe that the Foundation could not. The Foundation could do things that she could not. So it was kind of a back and forth type deal.
I can't believe you don't know who the guy is. Oh my god.
I don't.
Dude, it's Shaft. Richard Roundtree.
Are you serious?
Not kidding.
You are so full of shit.
I'm not full of shit. I'm telling you. I'm looking at his IMDb right now.
I've seen that movie, and I did not know that was him. Oh my god, that's really him?
I'm looking at his IMDb right now. Knight Rider, Lawrence Rivai, Day Turns Into Night.
Oh
2009.
My god.
I mean, I'm looking right at it. I'm looking right at the guy. Good old Richard Roundtree.
That's funny.
So
I've seen the Shaft movie, but I didn't know that was him.
Yeah, that was him.
Huh.
All right. So I think we are going to get to the scanners in a moment.
Thanks a lot, douche nozzle. Next time you leave me holding the trigger to a live bomb, we're gonna have a problem.
Sarah, we got word from the SSC about the plane.
Did they make it back okay?
No, they didn't. When they were coming in for the landing, there was an explosion. I don't know. Fuel line, maybe. Sarah, no one survived. I'm so sorry.
Mike.
Sarah, our father is dead.
right. For the scanners, I again wrote nothing down for Scanners Off whatsoever. This
I
is
didn't either.
such a good two-parter. Absolutely amazing. Can you give me lights and sirens? Sweet, kid is a cop car. That was awesome. Where were you on that one, supercar? You know.
Oh my.
And then something I never expected them to do with a certain mode and to add something to it. Stealth attack mode. What? That was so
That
awesome.
was wicked.
That was so wicked.
It was great.
And holy hell, the plane exploded. Once again, technically, okay, if you really want to nitpick this episode, you could say the villain is a villain of the week. He has some deep diabolical plot. He's almost the same as the villains in the pilot film, of that he's going to do something to get something.
Right.
But still, it was made so mysterious. It was made with such intrigue, and it was really, really such an awesome plot.
You can look past the villain of the week.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You can look past that.
And just the fact, again, the acting in this series is so well done.
It is.
I know a lot of people criticize this series. Oh, it's a Mustang. It's ugly. It's cheesy. It's this. It's that. It's not my Knight Rider. This isn't.
So when I first watched, like I said, when I first watched the 2008 series, I was expecting the Trans Am to come back. I was expecting.
I wasn't.
Really? No. I was, and I'll tell you why. And then, you know, we can kind of go back and forth. I was expecting the Trans Am or an updated version of something similar. And I was expecting David to reprise the role because for months it had been rumored that David was going to reprise Michael Knight. It had been rumored around that, and they had even said William was in talks with everybody to do the voice of Kit. Well, then when they got Justin Bruning, I think it is, they got Justin to play Michael, and then they said, well, Michael was going to take the place of Devin. Michael Sr. was going to take the place of Devin. And then they said, no, we're going to do this. And I'm like, okay. And I watched, when this was on TV, I watched all of this. I watched all of it. You know, I watched the film, and I watched the episodes. I'm like, okay, Michael Sr. and Jr., they reunite, and sadly after his mother's death, which is a horrible way to reunite. But I was hoping, and I think not just me, but I think a lot of Hasselhoff fans were hoping to see more of Hasselhoff in the show. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But I was really kind of hoping to see more of him. I was hoping to hear more of the original voice, William. But it didn't happen either way. But with all that being said, I like what they did to this series. Even though it was a Mustang, I couldn't, at first I was like, no, that's not Kit. A Mustang does not fit, because I didn't know it was the Knight Industries 3000 at that time. I kept looking at it, at Kit as Knight Industries 2000.
Nope.
So, but once I kind of grasped, and could wrap my head around it, I was like, all right, I'll give this a chance. And the more and more I kind of watched it, it was like, okay, some of these plots make perfect sense, and some of them do, not off to the original series, so my hat's off to them. And some of the plots are villain of the week, maybe. And then the episode that we just spoke about a few minutes ago, and this one here, we could say villain of the week, but no, that's not even close.
No, I mean, it does have that standardized plot of a villain of the week two-parter episode, but it was much more than that, because it was tapping into the heart of Flag and Sarah, and it's basically touching all of their lives, and it's basically set up for what we're going to talk about here in a few minutes. You said that you had hoped that the Trans Am would have made a comeback. I think everybody was.
The 82 or 86, 85 or 86 version.
Yeah. Because I think the Mustang, the kit Mustang GT500 that they used was 2008 to like it was a new model, like a brand new car kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pontiac stopped making Trans Ams according to this in 2002. So
yeah, I had
6
read
years too late.
Yeah, I had read somewhere that they were no longer making Trans Ams, and Pontiac is no more. Period. Actually, I think Pontiac is no more.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I didn't know they stopped until you. I mean, I seriously didn't know they back in 2002. I didn't know they stopped making Trans Ams.
Oh well, Pontiac isn't. It's not that it's no more. It's now a division of General Motors.
Oh, is that what it is?
Pontiac division of General Motors. Well, it has been defunct since 2010, so 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But it was at one point bought by General Motors.
Because I was hoping when they did this series, maybe somebody would have used a custom-built Trans Am, and that's why I was hoping for the Trans Am, and sadly, I was even hoping for the classic sounds, the button pushing and all of that. I don't know why. Maybe that's just me though. I was expecting all that.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the final episode of the day after this.
Hello, Mike. If you're looking at this, it means I'm gone, and there are some things you need to know. First of all, you're past. You were used as an experiment. You were the original driver for the KARR project. Now, there was a fatal flaw in KARR's AI which made him uncontrollable and extremely aggressive. He reprogrammed himself, people died. After the program was scrapped, it was decided that your memory be wiped. They said it was for your own protection, that you must never know, but still, I should have told you the truth, Mike. You're like a son to me. I hope someday you'll find a way to forgive me. The kit was developed in the wake of the KARR failure. It was a means of perfecting the AI, with the ultimate goal of relaunching the KARR project. I was the only one that stood in the way, and now that I'm gone, I'm sure they'll be moving ahead very quickly. This must never be allowed to happen. KARR is a devastating weapon, and only the beginning. They believe the kit's AI can override the flaws in KARR's programming, but they're wrong. This is a disaster waiting to happen. What the hell did you do? You must protect kit's AI and stop KARR. This is vital, Mike. I just hope I'm not too late.
They're going to relaunch the KARR program. That's why they took Kit. I'm going back.
I'm going to the beach.
Sarah, we have to stop this.
Good luck with that.
Sarah?
Mike is not my fight anymore.
When you're done feeling sorry for yourself, you let me know.
And finally up today is Night to King's Pawn, while Sarah grieves of the loss of her father, Agent Torres, played by Yancey Arias, and the NSA dismantle the SSC and Kit's AI chip is removed to be installed in his evil predecessor, KARR.
Dun,
voiced,
dun, dun.
Voiced once again by Peter Cullen.
Hell to the yeah, baby.
Who is being kept at Area 51 of all places. To save himself, Kit secretly uploads his files to the internet, and Billy and Zoe try to piece him back together. Meanwhile, Sarah uncovers a windfall of funds secretly left by her father to restart the Foundation for Law and Government at the SSC. And Mike learns that he was the original operator of KARR, but his memories of the events were erased. Mike infiltrates Area 51, instills Kit's reconstructed AI into Kit's body, and the two have a final confrontation with KARR, who seizes Torres as his new operator. Note, this was the last appearance of Agent Torres. Dr. Graiman appears in recorded messages to Mike and Sarah.
I liked this episode.
Yeah, this episode was badass. Even though, let me just look this up really quick. Go ahead and tell us why you like this one.
I like this episode because, one, personally, Torres deserved what the hell he got in the end. But two, we actually do get to see a battle, a final battle with Kit and KARR again. It's like there were 2 in the original series and then this one. So it's like 3 battles with KARR. 25 years later, we have a battle with KARR. And it's like, this is just wicked. And I've actually seen, and we might actually want to put a link in the show notes, TFG. There is a shot of you just said his name, him.
Torres.
Yeah, Torres. When they in the green room, they call it the green room. When he's tied to this rope that's hanging from the ceiling, and when he's being thrown against a wall, and he says "KARR" really loud, and they throw him against this wall. But of course, visually, they make him look like he's going inside the car.
Yeah,
and it's awesome, and it's up on YouTube. And if I find it, I'll get you the link. But it's really, really awesome. And they said that they did this like 5 or 6 times. But it was really awesome to see this. It was really awesome to see KARR as a robot.
Yeah, that was
big,
really interesting.
Giant robot.
Yeah, that was very, very interesting. This episode, without commercials, is 42 minutes, 50 seconds. But it feels like a 2-hour movie to me when I watched it.
Yeah, it does.
It didn't feel like it was too... I'm not saying it dragged on for a long time. It didn't feel like it was only 42 minutes. It wasn't like, okay, standard plot, okay, this, okay... Because they're tying all this continuity and everything else together, it felt like something more. I mean, they really went out of their way to make this a special episode. And I absolutely love it. I really do.
They did go out of their way. It's very good. It was very well done, like you said. What I like is we actually get to see Mike kind of driving KARR from his memories, from his past. And remember when we talked about Charles Graiman saying he's going to come after you, meaning Torres.
Yeah.
Because his memories are being erased.
Yep. Oh, yeah. All right, so we are going to get to...
I give the orders. I actually, before we get to the scanners, and I know that Peter has done a lot of voice work, but he makes KARR sound so... and I'm not comparing him to Paul Frees.
I know.
By any standards, but he makes KARR in this reboot. I don't want to call it a reboot, but I guess
it's a continuation.
Yeah,
Get it right.
A lot of people have called this series a reboot. So if anyone else says reboot, it is not a reboot. It is a continuation of the classic series. In this episode here, he makes KARR sound very menacing, just more evilistic, and it's like he did the role justice.
Oh, yeah,
he really did the role justice.
Most definitely. And let's actually hear from KARR now.
Sir, a night industry vehicle has just been taken.
We must stop them.
KARR, stop!
Kit must be stopped.
No. Kit is no longer important. You have everything you need. Let him go.
My analysis indicates that Kit is a potential threat. I will not allow for the possibility of being shut down again.
I'm giving you a direct order. Stand down.
I take orders from my creator, Dr. Charles Graiman.
Graiman is dead. I'm next in command. You take orders from me.
Your reasoning is correct. You are, in fact, next in command. I do take orders from you. Now, we are one, and I give the orders.
So now that we know that KARR gives the orders, I gotta be honest, I wrote down 2 notes, And then I just watched the episode. Even when grieving, Sarah can kick ass.
I wrote that down too.
Yeah, Sarah's. Oh boy, Sarah. Oh no, KARR. That's not good, but it is so awesome.
He looked wicked as a robot.
Yeah, he did. So crazy and so awesome. Oh.
And the fact that he transformed.
Mm-hmm. This is the first and I believe the only time in this entire series that the grappling hook is used.
I think there was another episode.
No, I would have remembered.
Maybe not. Is this the only one?
This is the only one.
I thought there was another one too.
No.
Okay.
No, this is the only one. Because he uses it during that final battle, and man, just everything about this episode is great. The fact that they were even able to get AC/DC to do their new song "Rock and Roll Train" at the time.
Oh, that was just kick ass for this particular episode.
Yeah, for the part where Mike has to break Kid out of Area 51 or wherever they're having him held or whatever else. It's absolutely awesome. Between that and the acting and the action-packedness of the entire episode, I gotta say, when I first saw this on TV when it aired, I was shocked that KARR took Torres as his new pilot. And this version of KARR, even though it was slightly new, it really took on the old KARR's personality. It also took on a little bit of Crow's personality as well, with the whole "we are one."
Was KARR a Mustang? I'm sorry, was KARR a Mustang?
KARR? No.
Yes.
You mean Crow?
No. KARR. In 2008, was he a Mustang?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I was asking that because I didn't know if they used a Mustang for KARR as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But everything with this episode was absolutely amazing. And if, I found a secret hidden bank account and opened it up and saw those, I would probably piss my pants. What did you like about this one?
I did like that, like you said, KARR was kind of took this personality of "we are one." Of. They took it. I think that's the only thing they took from TKR. But other than that, everything else was original. Everything else, everything else stood out. Everything else was. This was not a bad plot. This wasn't something you could say, okay, this is just bad. Yes, they destroyed KARR. Finally, I think. But I think one of the things that I kind of wished, even though Dr. Graiman had passed, I kind of wished that Graiman and Torres didn't fight so much. That was the thing I didn't like about those two. Graiman knew what he was talking about, and Torres is like, no, you don't. I know what I'm talking about, and this is what we're going to do. And then as soon as Graiman passes away, he shuts Kit down and reactivates KARR, and he finds out before he dies, Torres does, Doctor was right. Graiman was right. I should have listened to him. And, they say too much, too little, too late, and that's exactly what happens here. So, great plot, great storyline. I just wish... I don't know. Now, I don't know. Because, see, they did KARR. I would have liked to have seen what they would have done if they had brought Goliath back.
I don't know how that would have worked, because unless you just bring some crazy psycho into it.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. It's like, sure, Garth Knight was a crazy psycho, but I don't think they would have gone the route of having Justin play himself. Like, say he's okay, see, that's the thing. They couldn't have brought Garth and Goliath. They could have brought Goliath in by himself without Garth.
Yes.
But they couldn't have brought a Garth archetype in, because Justin's origin of how he became Michael Knight, while it is similar to Michael Long's, it isn't, because Justin never had facial reconstructive surgery.
Yeah, he was just shot. He was just shot.
He was just, shot with a paint gun or whatever else. And see, that was the thing with the original series was Wilton Knight modeled Michael after his son Garth.
Right.
So yeah, sure, you could have had a Goliath, but I don't
I don't know. I mean, I was just saying it could have worked, but maybe you could get someone else to play. I'm not saying get someone else to play Garth Knight. I don't want to say that because that wouldn't work. Like you said, that wouldn't work. You'd have to bring someone else in to play, a bad guy.
Yeah.
An arch evil villain, just someone else that may do what Garth has done, but not call him Garth Knight, if that makes sense. Because you don't want to. I guess we've seen Garth twice, and obviously in the second one in the classic series, they go over the cliff. Garth, Adrian, and Goliath go over the cliff.
Yeah.
And they basically in show obviously they sink to the bottom. They die.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. You don't think that would work for this one? You don't think this would have worked for 2008?
No. No. Now I do think if this series had progressed past the first season, if they were to do another Ramrod, that could work because if Ford had wanted to, if Ford, so season 1 happened 2008, 2009. If season 2 had happened in 2010, 2011,
right?
By that time, Ford would have had a new, different Mustang that they could have, like in Scent of Roses, or not Scent of Roses. Damn it,
Night of the Juggernaut.
Night of the Juggernaut. They could have brought in a newer model Mustang at that time and advertised that way, but sadly the series didn't last that long. Overall, Night to King's Pawn was amazing. The storytelling, again, the acting in this series is so much better than Team Knight Rider.
It is.
It just is. It just is. And honestly, part of me wants to say it's slightly better. At least with the reason why I like this series so much is the supporting cast is so much. It's much more enjoyable. Now, don't get me wrong. I like April. I like Bonnie. I like RC3, and I like Devin. But
you have to like those guys.
As this series progressed, I saw Sarah as Devin. I saw.
No, you can't.
Listen.
All right.
No, I'm saying at this episode and after.
Okay.
These last in episode 48 in 2 weeks when we talk about the final 5 episodes, I saw Sarah as the Devin character type. I saw Billy and Zoe as kind of like a Bonnie and RC3 a little bit, and of course Mike is Mike.
Right.
So, between the action, the stunts, the effects, all of it was so well done. Absolutely love Night to King's Pawn.
Great episode, no bad plot. There's really no bad plot in this. This is action-packed. If you want action, I know we've said this several times throughout the series, and I know we're going to cover the other episodes, but this one, I think this is probably going to fit, I know we've had several top 10s, have we not? I think,
we've had several recaps where we've stated our favorite episodes, but we haven't had an actual countdown. But
I think if we made a top 10 or 20 or however many, this would have to be one of them.
Oh, most definitely. So, all right, we are going to take a quick break, come back with final thoughts and ratings after this.
Hello, Sarah. I love you, my girl. And I know you're grieving, but there's work to be done. Now, the 2 greatest creations in my life are you and Kit. And now they're going to use Kit for destructive ends. And the thought that my legacy has come to this, that my life's work will bring about the devastation that I'm sure will come if they're not stopped. It's unbearable for me to even contemplate. But you, Sarah, you're my legacy too. I need you to help me. You must stop this evil. Stop KARR. Now, Mike has information about this, which I'm sure has made him very angry. You need to help him, Sarah. Look out for him. I have every confidence in you. Some of my greatest memories are working hard at my desk while you would play in the office. And to think that that little girl has grown into the one woman that I would trust to carry on my work. The answers that I found at that desk are there for you now, Sarah. I know you'll use them wisely. You're afraid they're excited. I feel it, sir. The answers that I found at that desk are there for you now, Sarah.
Hey everyone, this is the Music Man 08, one of the co-hosts of Beyond the Night with TFG1 Mike. Would you like to hear variety? Would you like to hear it out of the clear blue sky? If you've said yes to both these questions, then head on over to www.sky106.net and why don't you check out the schedule to find out when your favorite DJs are on. You may also fill out an application, follow us on Twitter, send us feedback, and tune in with your media player of choice. You may also add us to Skype. That website again is www.sky106.net, where everything is out of the clear blue sky.
Look it up, I'm putting you in the game. You're playing hurt.
I am KARR. I must merge with you, Michael Knight. Kit must die. Then you and I will become one. It is our destiny.
Well, I got a different destiny for you.
You were my original driver. We must be one. It is time to achieve our destiny, Michael Knight.
Not today.
Michael, my nanoscale is not responding. I do not believe I can withstand much more.
All right. We're not gonna outmuscle this thing. I gotta think of something. What about your mechanical function? You still got those?
Yes, Michael.
Turbo boost?
I believe turbo boost is operational.
Good. I'll bring the rest.
Kit must die.
Ski mode.
Then you and I will become one.
Grappling hook. Fire!
It is our destiny.
Ain't gonna happen. Let's do this. Kit, turbo boost now.
Mike.
Sarah, get an ambulance.
I'm so sorry. I was doing what I thought I had to do. I thought we could control it. I thought we could save soldiers' lives. Charles was right.
Shut up, man. Just hang in there, help's coming.
I didn't mean to put you in danger. Or Sarah. Or anyone. Please, tell them all. I'm sorry.
Hey, just hold on.
All right, we are back, and it is time to rate today's 3 episodes. I'm just going to say it a 15 all around, 5 for everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
15 kit cars, 5 for everybody, yep.
Yep.
There wasn't anything that I found that I disliked in any of the 3 episodes today.
You didn't have any negative notes to write down.
I couldn't find anything.
That's what I mean. There were There were no negative notes. There was nothing you could say, oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. And there may be other people that watch this and they could sit and nitpick, but why would you want to?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Why would you want to? So.
All right. Thank you for joining us here on Beyond the Night. There are several ways to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com, where you can find and comment on all of our posts. Email us, feedback at geekcastradio.com. Follow us on Twitter. Beyond the Night is the show Twitter. Mine is TFG and Mike. You can also follow at geekcastradio. What is your Twitter?
The Music Man 08.
Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/GeekCastRadio Network. Call the voicemail line. Tell us the show you're leaving the message for and your name. 502-526-5821. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Beyond the Night and wish you'll join us next time where we will be giving you the final 5 episodes of Knight Rider 2008. Those being Exit Light, Enter Night. Metallica's going to sue somebody. Fight Night, Fly By Night, Night in the City, and I Love the Nightlife. For now, I am TFG and Mike with
Dion, the Music Man 08.
Kit, close the show.
May I speak with you, please?
You are speaking with me, kid.
I have something we need to discuss. It's important.
Dude, it's been a really long day. And if you're secretly falling in love with me, I'm gonna be awfully upset.